What's up, it's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be my most anticipated new releases for the month of September. I am trying out this hairstyle because it's hot and I don't know what I'm doing. And I was gonna film in the living room, but as soon as I turned my camera on, I shit you not, someone started vacuuming the hallway. So many things have gone wrong today. Like, I went to work and renovations were happening, so construction was so loud outside my window. And then I come home to work and there's lawn mowing and landscaping going on outside my apartment window, and now there's vacuuming. And anyway, September releases. I have 12 of them this month. I just made this list from what I knew and after like the quickest search. I'm sure I'll find out about more, but for now I have 12. I'm gonna talk about them in publication order as usual, except for the first one because it's gonna be one of my future book club picks, my near future book club picks, and since I'm not doing announcement videos for those, I want to get this out as many times as possible in every video possible. So we're just gonna go right on into it. These books are a variety of genres. I always use Goodreads as my lovely little assistant because I don't memorize synopses. I also don't read them word for word, so no worries. This isn't gonna be 2 hours long. So the first book I wanted to talk about, like I said, it's gonna be my book club pick for October since it does come out mid-September, September 12th, Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. So Rachel Harrison has slowly but surely become one of my new favorite authors. I'm in the middle of Such Sharp Teeth at the moment, but I've read Cackle and The Return and loved them both. 5-starred Cackle, 4-starred The Return, and I'm really loving Such Sharp Teeth. Black Sheep is a 5-star prediction for me. Just the cover alone is just so cool. I just love the pale pink with the black. I heard it's like culty too. It's about a 20-something who has an unconventional family with a bunch of dark secrets. The main character's name is Vesper Wright, left home at 18. She was told that leaving the staunchly religious community she grew up in meant she couldn't return. Then an envelope arrives on her doorstep, an invitation to her cousin's wedding. It's going to be hosted at the family farm, which I'm assuming is where all the culty community stuff is going on. She has like a bad feeling about it. She doesn't want to return to the toxic environment and her toxic relationship with her mom, Constance, who is a former horror film star and forever ice queen. Of course, Vesper ends up going home. She's forced to reckon with her family's beliefs and her own crisis of faith in this deliciously sinister novel that explores the way family ties can bind us as we struggle to find our place in the world. So it just seems like it's gonna have a lot of like social commentary, and yeah, it sounds culty, sounds like right up my alley. And my guest host is gonna be Erin from Erin Megan, and the live show is gonna be October 28th, which is the day before I move. So that's like a TBD at the moment. Like, it might have to move depending how chaotic my life is at the time. But yeah, and then September's book club pick is The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean, and that live show is September 29th at 6 p.m. Central. So that's as far as we got for planning wise. Don't know the time yet for the October one, but just so you know, that is the October book club pick for Full Moon Book Club. The next book I actually own. Let me go grab it. Wait, that's not in publication order. Going back to the first publication date, September 5th, and that is for The September House. So I heard about this book from Jordaline, and I just love how autumnal the cover is. And it says, a woman's determined to stay in her dream home even after it becomes haunted. Margaret and her husband bought this large Victorian house. There were hauntings. Every September, the walls drip blood. Like, how creepy. The ghosts of former inhabitants appear, and all of them are terrified of something that lurks in the basement. Margaret stays despite knowing all this. Could never be me. 4 years. After 4 years. Her husband can't take it anymore. If I were Hal, I would have left after 4 days. He's not returning calls. Their daughter Catherine knows nothing about the hauntings. She comes to the house. She's trying to look for her dad. September begins. The hauntings get worse. So that just sounds so eerie. I don't know if this is a book I would purchase necessarily, but who knows, maybe. It's a pretty cover to keep on my shelves, but I might also be happy just reading it from the library. Who knows? Now we can go to September 12th, which is when Henlock Island comes out. This is by Kelly Armstrong. Standalone horror. This main character rents her home to all these strangers. It gives her panic attacks, but it's her only way to like keep this island the only thing she owns after a pandemic-fueled divorce. Broken belongings, campfires that nearly burned down the house, escalate to bloody bones, hex circles, and now terrified renters who fled after finding blood and nail marks all over the guest room closet. It's creepy. Lainey shows up to investigate with her teenage niece. She discovers that her ex has also been informed. He's there with Jayla, his sister, and her former best friend. Sadie, another old high school friend, comes over with her brother, who's now a cop. A discovery of a hand pokes up from the earth and the body that goes with it. By that time, someone has taken off with their one and only means off the island, and they're trapped with someone or something that doesn't want them leaving the island alive. That sounds creepy. I love isolated settings. Thank you so much to St. Martin's Press. I believe Macmillan actually sent this to me. Is that one of their, like, I don't know, publisher sent that to me, so thank you. Another one that comes out September 12th is called Playing the Witch Card. This one is by Hey J. Delantonia. This one got me because Gilmore Girls meets Practical Magic, and I know a lot of cozy witchy books are pitched that way, but like it gets me every time. This is the author of The Chicken Sisters, the one that I was never interested in. It was one of those Reese's book club picks. One woman's Halloween homecoming to the town where she swore off magic. She must reclaim it in order to create the life she desires and protect everyone she loves from an unexpected threat. 2 exes, 1 misbehaving mother, surprising magic, the perfect recipe for Halloween chaos. That just sounds so good. There's like tarot cards involved, cookies, romance, witchcraft. It just sounds like a fun time. The next one that comes out on the 12th, there were a bunch of witchy books on this. Witch of Wild Things by Raquel Vasquez Gililand. I actually don't know what this is about. I just saw it was witchy and I'm like, okay.
Sounds good.
Legend goes that long ago a Flores woman offended the old gods and their family was cursed as a result. Now every woman born to the family has a touch of magic. Okay, basic witch story. Sage has been running from her family ever since her younger sister died. 8 years later, she returns to the hometown. There's a pattern here. Takes back her job, uses her ability to communicate with plants to discover unusual heritage specimens, and there's a second chance romance? Is there? Tell me. A dead sister who keeps bringing her coffee, rare plants. I didn't realize this was like heavy on romance. That's what it sounds like though. There's literally a couple on the cover. I love this cover. I don't know about you, but there's that. Sounds like a witchy romance. I love those. I keep wanting to do a witchy romance vlog, but I'm never like in the mood for multiple in a row, if that makes sense. Oh, Rouge comes out on the 12th as well. Rouge by Mona Awad. Y'all know I love Bunny. Maybe y'all know, but now you do if you didn't. I still have yet to read All's Well, but this one I heard is like a dark fairy tale, like Brothers Grimm-esque type of thing, which I'm not really a fan of, but I do like gothic horror. So if it's done well, and if the writing style is like Bunny, then maybe I'll actually really like this. It says Snow White meets Eyes Wide Shut. It's a real descent into the dark side of beauty, envy, grief, and the complicated love between mothers and daughters. Black humor, seductive horror, cult-like nature of the beauty industry. Rouge holds up a warped mirror to our relationship with mortality, our collective fixation with the surface, and the wondrous deep longing that might lie beneath. So it sounds like I'm gonna kind of enjoy the social commentary in this, but we'll see how that plays out in a fairy tale atmosphere. Next up is September 19th. First, we have Murder and Mamon by, I literally met this author. What is her name? Mia P. Manansala. So this is the 4th book in the Tita Rosie's Kitchen mystery series. These are cozy mysteries written by a Filipino author. First book was Arsenic and Adobo. I've read all 3 of them so far, so I'm super excited for this. She has a dog named Longanisa. It's a wiener dog, and that's perfect because Longanisa is a Filipino sausage, and I think it's so adorable. It's like my favorite part of the series. The humor is great. The Filipino rep is phenomenal. It's perfect. It's accurate. The audiobooks are great for this book. They nail the Filipino accent really well. I think I listened to the 2nd and 3rd via audio. I might have read the 2nd one partly physically. I don't remember. But Mamon is this sponge cake basically. I just love the titles of these books, and I guess there's a murder in a laundromat, and then there are godmothers who are like the gossipers, like the aunties if you will, in like Dial A for Aunties, like that type of vibe. And then we have A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed, who is the author of Juniper and Thorn, which I haven't read. I've never read from this author before, but this is a YA dark academia, which I haven't had much luck with lately, but I'm hoping this one's good because I've heard Ava Reed's writing is really good. This one looks fairy tale-esque too. The end of the synopsis says, as the 2 rivals students investigate the reclusive author's legacy, piecing together clues through his letters, books, and diaries, they discover that the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. There are dark forces, both mortal and magical, conspiring against them, and the truth may bring them to ruin. I saw Rival Students and I was like, Divine Rivals? It sounds like there's an author with like this mysterious book or something, and then some shit going down at a manor. I don't know, but the cover's cool. We'll see if I'm into it. I skipped one, sorry. September 14th, If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun comes out. I have an arc for this one already. It's a YA paranormal romance, but I'm not gonna read the arc because I think this is the next Fairy Loot book. I'm like 100% sure actually. But it says Cemetery Boys meets Legend Born, this thrillingly romantic, irresistibly fun YA contemporary fantasy debut following a teenage Chinese American ghost speaker who reluctantly makes a deal to raise her nemesis from the dead. So I love when characters make deals, especially when it's like dark deals, like with the devil or with ghosts or whatever. So this one should be fun, I hope. I mean, it's by a Chinese author. Love supporting Asian authors, and the cover is cool. So we'll see what the Fairy Loot edition looks like. Sorry if that's a spoiler. I mean, I haven't gotten spoiled. I just looked at like the vibes of the announcement. So next one, September 19th again. The Unfortunate Side Effects. What is it called? The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. So this one I've heard of recently, like all at the same time. But before that, I've never heard about this. But everyone's so hyped about it because again, it's like Gilmore Girls meets Practical Magic, I think. Yep. Explores the shields we build around our hearts to retain our own magic. So again, it's witchy. Ooh, it's also compared to the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This warm witchy novel. Yeah, I'm just so excited. I don't even need to read the synopsis. It looks cozy. It sounds cozy. All the things it's compared to are cozy. It sounds like there's a grandmother with cancer though, so check trigger warnings because it feels like it's gonna have some hard-hitting topics as well and like familial things. I'm gonna try to rush the rest because I know Joey's on his way home. The next one, September 26th. I'm actually really excited for this. It's The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin, who wrote the Serpent and Dove series. I know a lot of people hate that book or that series in general, but I haven't read the third one yet. I hated the second book, but the first one I actually really liked, at least at the time, but I was still like young and naive, so I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I won't like it if I read the third one, because no way in hell am I rereading the second one before I read that. Anyway, The Scarlet Veil is a vampire story. Is this her adult debut? Oh no, it's in the same world as Serpent and Dove. Oh, yep, I'm here for it. So hopefully this one's better. Hopefully her writing's evolved at this point, and the cover is just stunning. So, all right, next we have The Wakeup Call by Beth O'Leary. Beth O'Leary is like an auto interest author for me. Not necessarily an auto buy because I've only read the flat share, but I own a lot of her books and I just want to read all of them. If you like Emily Henry, like the depth in romances, you'll love Beth O'Leary, and like the dry humor of like Sally Rooney, you'll love Beth O'Leary. Love the flat share. It says two hotel receptionists and arch rivals find a collection of old wedding rings and compete to return them to their owners, discovering their own love story along the way. That's all I'm gonna read because Joey's home. Was that all 12? That was all 12. So if you made it to the end of this video, put a fall leaf emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe and stay spooky always, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye!